all talk about going green, but what does that mean for a major city? I'm Jill Horner. This is Comcast Newsmakers. With me is Glen Abrams. He is the Manager of Strategic Policy and Coordination for the Philadelphia Water Department, Office of Watersheds. Thanks so much for being with us. Good to see you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
It's the buzzword, going green.
Right.
But what does that mean when you talk about an entire department, an entire city? How do you go green when it comes to water and a water department within the city of Philadelphia?
It's a great question, and our plan, Green City Clean Waters, really looks at a new way of managing rainfall and relying on something called green stormwater infrastructure. It's a very different approach. It moves away from the old approach of pipes and kind of relying on the underground infrastructure, and is embracing green technology, things like rain gardens, green roofs, stormwater trenches, and this is investment across the city. It's a decentralized infrastructure. So it has the power over time to really transform our city. Is
that the key, over time?
It is. It's very incremental, and so our plan is really in a response to a regulatory mandate to reduce the number of times that our combined sewers overflow. And in the past, what most cities have done is rely on conventional infrastructure, expanding the pipes underground. And what we're doing is really greening the city in a very thoughtful, constructive way over a 25-year period. And again, investing in greening throughout our neighborhoods. So while we're helping to manage the rainfall and clean up our rivers, we're also improving neighborhoods.
So where do you start? If you have an older city like the city of Philadelphia with older housing stock, I'm thinking of the flat roofs in many of the row homes in the city of Philadelphia. You have impervious paved surfaces. Right. How do you begin this process?
It's daunting, absolutely. But we rely on computerized mapping. We have a lot of data that we've collected over the years, and start to look at the city, the different land uses, and where there's the most impervious surface, the places where water doesn't soak into the ground. And then it's rethinking how those spaces can be designed. So we're in the process of coming up with some new design standards. For instance, we're working with our streets department on new design standards for streets that begin to incorporate some of this green stormwater infrastructure. We're working with our parks department and the school district on beginning to think about how we can green recreation centers and schoolyards. So it's, kind of going from land use to land use and what makes sense for that particular kind of place.
Now, you mentioned working with other entities, and there's also a public-private partnership, Green 2015. How does this work?
So the Green 2015 program really arose out of the city's comprehensive sustainability plan, and it recognized that while we have a really great park system in Philadelphia, it's not distributed equally, and many residents are not within a 10-minute walk of a green space. So it laid out a goal of having 500 additional acres of green space in the city by 2015. And the way that we're going to be achieving this is really looking at the existing inventory of parks and schools that have a lot of excess pavement and beginning to green that. And so we partnered with Trust for Public Land and a number of funders like William Penn Foundation. And over the next several years, we'll be greening and really trying to do projects in many of these sites.
And just a few seconds left, but in 25 years from now, what will the city look like?
It'll be much greener and healthier, many more trees giving us shade and cooling the environment. And our rivers and streams will be much healthier and cleaner.
Thanks so much for being with us.
You're welcome.
We've been talking with Glen Abrams. I'm Jill Horner for Comcast Newsmakers.